Hey, good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to another race of the 2020 Final Fantasy Randomizer Spring Tournament. My name is Edgeworth, and I'm joined on comms by Cyclone. How you doing today?
I'm doing okay. How are you doing, Edge?
I'm doing all right. So it looks like we've got, let's see, do we have the same party going on? We do, and it wasn't a draft, so just a happy coincidence that we've got speed and power with the double red mage, black mage fighter combo.
And we are going to try and get the layout fixed here. Looks like something might have happened on the changeover. We'll try and get that changed before we kick it off here. But yeah, two red mages say and black mage. That's going to mean that they're gambling on certain magic spells not being locked to just the white mage at high levels. Otherwise, it could make things a little more challenging.
Yeah, and this proved to be a pretty close matchup. We've got onefineday, who has always performed well going back, a couple tournaments ago, and Syraniss, who is an up-and-comer, has been putting up some pretty impressive times in this Swiss match. So, looking forward to seeing how everything shakes out.
And just to confirm where they ended up, how they end up in this 2-1 position. The races they lost to are two other top tier races in the community. Syraniss lost to Demarine last week, and OFD lost to Spellzap. They're both 3-0 now. So yeah, we have two really exceptional competitors who are down in the 2-1 bracket. One of them is trying to catch back up to them and some others.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like both of these runners could easily have been 3-0. Just ran into a buzzsaw, and oh boy, another tough matchup for the both of them. So, we'll get them going in a bit.
And that's how round robins, these Swiss round robin type things work. You're going to have the occasional buzzsaw that comes in. If you can stand up to that buzzsaw and buzz them down, well, then you're going to be the one that gets the higher seed in the end and the more likelihood of succeeding further into the bracket. But a couple buzzsaws can really lower your chances of surviving in the tournament.
Yeah, 4 and 2 is what you're aiming for. 3 and 3, there's a last chance qualifier. 4 and 2, there's a big play-in race. 5 and 1 punches your tickets straight to the brackets automatically. So it's going to be tough, though. It's a big field, a lot of good players, and who knows what's going to happen.
I haven't done the math to determine how many runners will be in those play-in races, but I think we had something like 74 competitors we had in the tournament this year?
Yeah, and we've lost a couple along the way, but we're still 70 plus, so.
Yeah, so we're going to have a good number of competitors coming in at 4 and 2, some coming from below, some coming from above to end up meeting in the middle, and they're going to have that play-in race. And it's going to be interesting to see how that comes when the time comes. But we are underway. Syraniss off the mark first. We'll get it synced up in a moment. Magic. In the white mage, we saw Fade at level 1. That is excellent. And Sleep, Stun, Lit. Not really good stuff in the black. So we're going to get that Fade.
Yeah, Fade being in the red mage learnable slot means we're probably not going to reroll the red mage. Perfectly good user of Fade.
And Syraniss taking a look at the armor establishment and finding 17 penny wooden helmets.
Yeah, the iron armor is good to pick up, but not right now. Cabins are a little too expensive, so gonna have to make it through Temple of Fiends without saving, and that could be a little dicey for both runners. But 40 seconds in, and OFD is off already.
Let's see if our imps have anything nasty to say. Well, we're not going to find out. We got one attack. Oh, fire. That's fun. And Callie and Mirror are both already on one knee on onefineday side, so that's a fantastic opening. 582 gold in the first chest.
Yeah, OFD getting grabbed by a couple of ghouls on the way through Temple of Fiends, but gets initiative on a couple of them, and that's gonna make a big difference.
There's our tent, so we can go save now if we want to.
Yeah, not having seen what Garland has, I would definitely cash that tent in, but OFD is just going to go for it. Just needs turn order.
Well, he got the Fade, and 228. Garland didn't get an attack, so plus on the turn order.
Alright, and we have a key
That's vanilla.
A little bit, but that key is not, and it's gonna give you a pretty big leg up at the start of the game. This should give you enough money to buy everything that you could possibly want in the Inner Sea.
That also opens up a very quick check of the Dwarf Cave Treasury, too. So, yeah, we're going to get a lot of equipment early and a lot of money, possibly, too. There's one of our cabins. There's the Vorpal. The Game Changer has been found. We also have a house in the Treasury.
Yeah, of note, also the Mage Staff, so even the fighter gets in on the magic casting here. So it's going to be real nice.
And they do get the free ship in this flag set, so One Fine Day now utilizing it to head right over to Provoca, not even thinking about it.
Yeah, and it's not a big surprise, just straight up to Provoca. Now that you have the money to buy everything here, and then you can check Dwarves and Matoya's Cave at your leisure on the way back.
We found Wall in the second slot in the White Magic shop. And we also found Lit 2, Brack, Quake, and Fast.
Breakfast.
That sends One Fine Day back to the White Magic shop. He's getting the Wall. The rest of it not really worthwhile.
I would say that having some Lit 2 charges would come in handy, especially having not seen Sea Shrine yet, but...
I meant the White Magic. The rest of the White Magic wasn't that good.
Oh, yeah, not so hot.
Let's see what the bounty hunters have on them today here. Attack.
OFD is just gonna wait a lot.
It seems to be what he's doing.
I think he wants to kill off that Black Mage.
That might be the case. Well, he lost Laura instead. There might be a better time to try to... There we go. Well, he lost Myra too, so... That plan may have failed.
Well...
Okay, that works.
Perfect turn order. Helps out a lot.
Yep.
Alright, tents, dynamite, good stuff. It's interesting decision to kill the Black Mage off this early. I know OFD likes to commit to things pretty much as fast as possible, but you don't have any information about what's at level 3 or 4.
Well, he can always bring the Black Mage back at Alphaland if he finds that it's worthwhile, but I can see why he's doing this. The Black Mage isn't going to be very useful early. Let's give the experience to the people we're going to need. I can see why he's doing that, but I would still give a little experience to all of the characters this early just to make sure you don't end up stuck in a tough situation later.
Yeah, I mean, the case that I'm currently thinking about is level 3 Warp. It would make the Red Black Mage very nice to have, since he's going to get the charges much faster than the Red Mages.
Even a nuke at level 3 or level 4 would be really nice as well. One Fine Day is going to go ahead and reset out of that one, so he wasn't liking how that battle was going. And here's the Wolves and the Grey Wolves. So both are in the same general area right now, literally high five. Syraniss jumping ahead into Matoya here. There's a short sword, the Chime. We found our first loose item.
Okay, another early key with Luce and Matoya. Interesting. So now the question is, where do you go from here? You're still trying to dig out that canal, so I wouldn't be surprised if OFD heads straight over to the Dwarves from here.
Dwarves is the place I actually might have gone there straight from checking Corneria, because that's a huge treasure trove of items, but at the same time I can understand the play to Provoca first. to get the equipment over there in case you end up having to travel south. So it does make sense to still do it the way he did. With that said, Dwarves would be the next place I would go at this point for sure, and that's where Syraniss is going.
Yeah, especially with the TNT to turn in now.
Exactly. So get your hooray out, maybe. There's our ruby. We found both loose items except for the canal already.
Okay, well, enjoy your 110 seed.
Yeah, that's pretty free. This might be a little bit quicker now. They're still going to open something to look for some items in gold to buy stuff with, but they're not going to go too far out of the way and look for items, I don't think, at this point, especially since they already have the Vorpal that the fighter can wield around.
Well, now the third loose item to find, if we need to find it, would be the canal.
Yeah, the canal will need to be found somewhere, but after that, they don't have to open anything else.
Yeah, so now with the canoe in hand, it's not too far away to check Northwest Castle, but Syraniss is just gonna book it.
He probably wants to go back once he has the crown. He's probably secretly hoping he has the airship by then, too.
Could always make a run to Elfland as well, and then follow that up with heading over to Crescent Lake. There's another incentive location right there, ready to pick up.
So Syraniss does get into Elfland. He is gonna check his menu, not sure what he was doing, but now we're gonna get the magic. Fire 3, Dark, Ice 3, and Bane. That's a nice collection.
Yeah, Fire 3 and Ice 3, super nice to pick up. Especially early, because you can get a lot of mileage out of both. Ice 3 and Volcano, Fire 3 and all the dungeons that have a lot of undead.
Well, interesting, it looks like Syraniss is also killing off the Black Mage, so both are playing that strategy, it looks like.
Alright, and White Mage we have Life. Okay. And Zap.
We found Zap. Gonna stock up on the finest of life spells, please.
Yeah, Heal 3 not bad either, but you have to wait until promotion to get that.
And not finding much except some expensive houses and cabins at the item shop.
Yeah, and the cost of this stuff is kind of why I would like to, grab the chest from Northwest Castle, grab the chest from Elfland Treasury before you go into Elfland. Because
there's
that's
14
a pile of money.
There's 20,000 gold already. We found the Sun Sword. That's a nice endgame weapon.
Yeah, that's incredibly good array of things. So now there's a lot of money that's just going to get carted over to Crescent Lake.
So Syraniss is starting to make the trek over to that Crescent Lake area, as you were just suggesting. So we're going to get to find out what the sages have on them, what Lucan has on them, and we're going to find out what the level 6 magic is while we're over there. We may find some other goodies as well. There's a Hydra. We're using Fade. It's gone.
Yeah, and the sea or the river encounters aren't too bad as far as picking up experience goes. The Ocho is worth a decent amount. 2 Caribs, not so much, but some of them are. And if you run into Gators, also pretty good at this stage of the game.
One fine day picking up some fog too, it looks like, out of the white magic shop.
Yeah, not a bad contingency plan if you don't have evasion stacks, but it just does not feel as good as it used to.
And says no thank you to all the black magic, goes back to the white and does the same thing Syraniss did, going and pick up some life spells.
Alright, we found the Pearl Rings, but they're 22k a piece, so that's not going to happen. And Syraniss is not even going to check the black magic, so...
Probably knows that some of it's going to be expensive and he might need the money somewhere else right now. He's picked up the cube, though. We already have full access to, once we have the airship or the canal, we're going to have full access to the Sky Palace.
Yeah, so now the question is, how do you feel about early Ice Cave? Well, you feel a little better after you kill some beads.
Yeah, for sure. And one thing we should note is that the flag set this week, we have the extra incentive item in the Mirage Tower Sky Palace area as well. So we do have the extra incentive item in that area, so there is more of a reason to go up there, and the seed might be telling us, hey, you're going there early to progress.
Alright, Syraniss wins the turn order battle and gets some much-needed experience from a 4-pack. So, how long are we going to hang out here for? This is Pete's off power cycle. They have Blaze.
Yeah, that's dangerous.
But they are just off power cycle. Now they ambush.
Okay, those ones we got the attack off on, and they're gonna get a chance to attack. Nope, no they're not.
Take no chances, we're gonna fade out this Pete as well.
And not taking chances, uses one of the many tents he has. onefineday making his way over to Crescent Lake. Now he's going to make the discoveries. Let's see if he checks the magic while he's over there, while Syraniss uses more Fade. That one got Blaze out. He left that one behind.
That did look promising, but not at the end. Didn't quite work out. There's some high blazes, too.
Cure 3 and Exit in the white magic. And there's Blind and Quad X, and I saw Fire 2. I didn't see what the last one was in black.
Alright, 3 Pete punches. Kind of what you're hoping for. And onefineday gets a cube. It is about, I would say about 3 or 4 levels behind at this point. So
yeah, easily.
Not an insurmountable lead by any means. And we have Ruse Cobras, which is fine. That means they're not critting.
onefineday changing his weaponry around, making sure the fighter gets that Oracle for when he grows up.
Alright, so onefineday rushing headlong into the volcano. There's Exit, which not on the table.
First chest only has a heal pod in it. We're going to get to see the armory. He's heading in that general direction. Let's see if he checks the other chests first. Or if he just goes straight to the armory.
Uh-oh. Yeah, Syraniss gets stun locked, but fortunately just right outside of town.
And that was a nice fade on the red gargoyles. Not a huge amount of experience on those.
Yeah, so OFD gonna skip right side for now, so we're gonna check what's up here. There's a fire hydrant.
So onefineday up to about level 9 on at least one of his characters there. And Trap Tile is Wolves.
Yeah, pretty much a junk tile, but at least you don't have to worry about getting destroyed by it.
Yeah, they are trying to be inherently weak today, which is usually a very good thing for wolves.
Alright, Syraniss with a couple of houses, so if everyone survives this this volcano dive, then Syraniss can just turn around and go straight into Ice Cave.
Or find the Pro Cave.
Yeah, there's Pro Cave, and we find a katana as well, but no thieves, so just money.
Money is good, and there's some Syraniss, not the more famed red variation.
Oh, but this is still a very delicious tile, especially when they roll less than 147 HP. This is where OFD can just sit here and get a bunch of levels.
This might be worth it.
Wants, really.
Might be worth it. He also has that ice armor to make Jade a little bit more hardy to their attacks as well. And yeah, he is going to grind on it.
Yeah, and I won't be surprised if Syraniss does the same thing. It's just too good of a tile to pass up. Like OFD wiping them out with just an Ice 3, already up to level 13.
It's nice to save those fade charges when you can.
Hey, how about an X-Cal and a ribbon, too?
I wouldn't say no to that. Let's hope onefineday remembers to check those other chests, though. He only did check half the armory so far.
Yeah, I think he'll get around to it, but I like this move from Syraniss to check the other chests just in case. Just in case there's things in here that could help you finish out that Syrania tile faster.
He did find the items, and Syraniss, they're both leaving right now. So onefineday first out of the room. Syraniss has to deal with some fire hydrants on his way out, and onefineday is going to get outside and save what he has.
Yeah, that's pretty interesting. And just like that, oh, Syraniss could be in some serious trouble. There's Mux with Fire 3 and Kraken.
Ew.
Well, that's why Marsh is scary. That,
yeah, good thing we didn't go to Marsh.
Yeah, and at this rate, we are never going to Marsh.
Unless that is a canal.
That is true.
So they could also hope to just find the floater somewhere and maybe an ice cave and not have to deal with the canal.
Yeah, vanilla floater would be pretty nice too. But I don't blame either player, even though they have their 2 loose items for checking out Volcano. It's probably the most treasure-rich area, and they still need an endgame weapon. They still needed some ribbons, which they found.
And it resulted in a ribbon too. So yeah, that's a really good thing to have for the endgame, especially.
All right, one fine day, just skipping this chest. Yeah, no interest in that chest next to the vanilla Agama trap top.
Until we find the canal, it's a little risky to skip the chest, so a little bit of a gamble here, but we'll see if it pays off.
Ooh, at the end of Hairpin is the defense sword, which is a real nice pickup. But yeah, OFD is just go-boating this.
Oh, that's a good amount of money. Maximum money.
Yeah, lots of cash. So yeah, if Canal proves to be in here and is necessary, this could be pretty lethal for OFD.
And we killed one of the Agamas.
Yeah, nope. No interest.
Syraniss only now going to hop outside to save, having checked more of the chests.
Yeah, Syraniss also has a house, so with a bunch of extra levels, able to re-up on those Ice 3 and fast charges, and that should be pretty nice for the carry fight, which we're in right now.
Yeah, we're having that right now. Some fade, 101 on 3 hits, some more fade, And still standing.
Yeah, carry punching for 4 for 97 on a mage, so not super impressive. This seems like a pretty straightforward fight. Just fade and swing and go.
And 3 damage on the fighter, and yeah, this isn't gonna take very long. Should be it right here. 172 KO. And terminated, and first orb is lit at 22 minutes and 12 seconds.
Alright, so shortly we'll see if OFD's gamble pays off. Heading straight over to, heading straight over to Ice Cave. If this turns out to lead to the floater, this is a pretty big move, but if Canal is required, skipping chest is going to feel real bad.
And onefineday taking out some happy anger, I guess you could say, on the Hydras that got in his way.
Alright, Syraniss with plenty of heal potions to finish out Volcano, but if you want to do Ice right afterwards, might be a little dicey.
So I'm going to keep an eye on Syraniss' side. He finds some money in one of the chests that onefineday skipped. Also finds a Agama who is being taken down now for his own set of 1218 per character.
Yeah, just kind of wandering around.
And there's another Soria trap tile. He will take that.
Yeah, too good to pass up, especially when you have to take it. So you almost wish that was the Agama tile instead, because you would get that a couple times. Got a silver hat and not much else.
Onefineday, meanwhile, in the first floor of Ice Cave, running into encounters all along the way here. And
not
go ahead.
No, I was going to say, not a good ambush when these dirty birds have paralysis touch.
Yeah, I was going to talk about the ambush too. They're not. That's not making it easy to get through quickly. So there's a cap and an iron gauntlet. Those won't be of any use.
Yeah, a big old pile of junk so far. We've got 2 more chests to check that OFD did not. There's the...
No, he did check that one, the 65,000 cash, the highest number you can store in one of those chests.
Yeah, but there's this upper chest with the Argiant and the Agamas, and then there is the vanilla Red Dragon chest. So 2 more that we have to see.
Correct. He's going to open that one after he gets out of this fight.
Yeah, this is a pretty tasty fight experience-wise as well, so it would be a good time to start throwing the Ice 3s into it. A whole wooden shield. Alright. Well, it turns out Syraniss doesn't have a wooden... well, the Pro Cape is a better shield. So we're going to move that down, and I would not feel safe using a wooden shield in a volcano, but maybe that's just me.
No, that doesn't seem like something that would survive very long.
Yeah, and Syraniss topping everybody off, but almost out of heal potions, and that's gonna be, I mean, that could be harmful if they decide to go straight to Ice Cave after this.
Well, the good news is that he's going to get to see one last chest here, and we'll have this cleaned out for 97 gold. Don't spend it all in one place.
I had the $7.
Meanwhile, 125 gold in the first chest in Ice Cave. We're going to get to the other side and check that one for a light axe. I don't think we have warp yet, so we can't check the chest the easy way.
Okay. And here we have gargoyles, and heads up to use Ice 3 here, because what else are you going to use Ice 3 on in this cave?
Not really anything. And they're gone.
Yeah, so OFD skipping all of those chests, and yeah, is not going to be punished for it.
Yeah, that would have been one of those things that could have made a difference in the seed, but Syraniss opening them up and One Fine Day not missing out on anything. It's going to give One Fine Day a little bit of an advantage at this point, unless there's a point at which he feels he needs to go looking back in other chests, and then he realizes, oh, I didn't check Volcano completely, and has to go back in. I don't think that's going to happen, but you never know.
Yeah, I guess the only circumstance that would happen is if it's not here. If the canal isn't here, it's in Marsh.
Yeah.
And that's slowly becoming more and more likely with each chest that we open.
Well, we know that's not the incentive item. It has to be in a chest. That we do know. So we can rule out the incentive spot completely. That's why we're thinking it could still be a floater or something else there. It could even be a crystal that leads us back to Northwest Castle, and then by chance just puts us right above Marsh. I should say not the crystal, the crown, sorry.
Yeah.
He gives you the crystal.
Yeah, I think anything that's not floater directly would be detrimental to OFD's chances, even if that item does eventually lead to the floater.
Right.
Alright, Solar Bracelet, pretty good pickup.
So One Fine Day giving us the music of healing.
No, sorcerers have cremate, but at least they don't have death touch.
I'll take cremate over death touch any day, to be honest.
Yeah, it seems like a pretty good trade.
Didn't seem to do too much damage this time either, which is helpful.
No, OFD up to level 19 already, and we're only 28 minutes into the seed, so some
Not
pretty
bad.
good tiles. Yeah, did a real good job with the Soria slingshot.
So if that floater does show up, that early Skyplay is looking likely.
Question in chat, have they found any loose? They found 2 loose. One was in Dwarf, the other one was in Ice, or Matoya's Cave.
And the Ruby was the second one, I believe, that was in Dwarf, and I think it was the Chime that was in Matoya's.
Yep.
Yeah, that Ruby, I forgot about that. Once we get out of the Inner Sea, we can actually go feed the Titan already, too, so that's 2 more items immediately, with or without the airship.
Alright, the chances for Canal are slowly dwindling, so let's see what we find here in the drop spot.
And these are the last 3 we're going to get out of Ice Cave as well, so this could be bad for One Fine Day. That Katana is also bad for One Fine Day. So our eye tile has been replaced by mummies and cockatrices, and we have a crown. So, didn't I just say if we end up going back to Northwest Castle?
Yeah, that's leading there pretty quickly.
So the question will be, will he go back and check the volcano before he goes? I'm actually curious to see what his decision is here. And One Fine Day using Fade on the Frosties, and we still have a Giant standing. Not anymore.
Alright, so OFD is about ahead of full Ice Cave. The question is, does he go back into Volcano to kind of tidy up those loose ends, or is the crown good enough?
Yeah, you say he's ahead by full Ice Cave, and that holds true if he doesn't go back to Volcano. But if he does go back to Volcano, that's going to show or bring things back to being even, because at that point they will have cleaned out most of the same things at that point. And plus One Fine Day would have to quit reset out of the Volcano, or if he likes what he sees, he'll have to walk it out. He's heading towards that island forest. And he is taking the South Bend.
Yeah, so committing pretty hard on the on skipping the rest of Volcano.
Yep, there's a volcano to the northwest at that point, so he is definitely skipping that and heading back to Elfland. Or rather to his ship, sorry. And then the single poison sound effect tile as he transitions from the canoe to the ship. Genius.
Can't even carry the sick guy onto the boat. Alright, you're gonna have to walk it. Alright, meanwhile, Syraniss down a red mage, but yeah, the healing magic or the healing potions kind of a hot commodity here.
Onefineday gets to Northwest Castle. He's going to speak to the good king. There's your floater. Go all the way back now and grab that floater so you can fly around. Or grab that airship so you can fly around to Marsh Cave. Actually, Marsh Cave isn't even needed now.
Yep. And this is pretty standard for one fine day. We're gonna do everything else except Marsh. Yeah, and Syraniss is a little light on heal potions, about only able to heal up 600 more HP, so gotta be a little careful with how Ice Cave goes here, especially with those damage tiles. Yeah, so with 2 loose, floater already, plenty of levels, fade in the first slot. The rest of these feed dungeons are gonna go real quick.
We don't even need the canal.
No, so we know that we have Chime and Cube, so that is Sky on the table for anyone that wants to do that. That is another incentive. That's a dungeon you kind of have to do, and then you have the Ruby and Sarda tournaments as well. So yeah, there's stuff to do now.
He's gonna go to Gaia, I think, and then he's actually no, he's gonna go to the Earth area first. Looks like Tinshik Sarda. But I don't think it'll be long before he hops up to Gaia. No, he can't do the ferry yet, unless he finds Oxy out here. Or a bottle here, rather. Thorhammer.
How about a Thorhammer? Yeah, there you go.
So what's the Titan got? We're gonna have to feed him and find out. He will open the other chest because it's in the area. We are finding a copper ring. And there is the herb for the prince.
Alright, and Syraniss on his way to pick up no, a curse. This is not a fun tile. Oh, it doesn't look like that middle red mage has a lot in the way of spell charges either, so maybe that's why Syraniss let them die earlier. But Syraniss should have enough resources to make it out of ice. There's the king hat.
There he is. Well, there's the castle anyway. The king's in here. And the herbs have the power to get rid of curses. And hey, one fine day can go grow up.
Yeah, the sooner you can promote, the better off you are. So you can build up spell charges on that night.
And the Vorpal is in their inventory.
I'm sure he's thrilled about that.
Oh, absolutely, I'm sure. So One Fine Day immediately promotes and is going to most likely check out the rest of the Cardia Islands at this point to clean out the treasury. But then none of it's really actually required unless he's looking for more equipment, so maybe he won't.
Yeah, I don't know if Cardia Islands fits into his definition of greed checks. It doesn't look like it.
No, he's moved on. We are getting some pure pots at the Oasis. And some heal, it looks like.
Yeah, Syraniss with just enough in the way of resources to make it out of this dungeon.
Meanwhile, One Fine Day is well equipped in terms of financials at this point. He can buy all the houses he wants at this point. So rather, go ahead.
This makes a lot of sense from OFD's perspective. Just you have to do this anyway, so only do the dungeons you have to do.
Yeah, this was a predictable result, to say the least. We know there's an incentive item in here, so there's no reason not to come here right now because that's the extra incentive item you need to get anyway. And skipping the first floor, probably not going to check the greater than less than room either, I'm guessing. He's been skipping a lot of chests so far.
Yeah, stepping on the gas, and I mean, he's got a pretty good party for this. Double fade, double life.
He is definitely rocking the 3-man strat, that's for sure. Ooh, the Catmen have gaze.
Yeah, the only bad thing is going to be, have we seen Temper yet?
For the Warriors or from an enemy?
For the Warriors.
I don't remember seeing it.
Yeah, if that turns out to be not Red Mage learnable, that's going to be real tough. You might have to dig out that power gauntlet.
I'm sure that would be a problem. Even if it is a late spell, like not level 5, like level 7 or level 8, you would have to pick up Power Gauntlet even then, because you won't get a lot of charges off of a spell at that level.
Oh, this is going to be a time-consuming fight on OFD's side. These are some heavy waters.
Yeah, they're really bulky today.
Kind of committed to it now, but I don't think he's going to be taking another one anytime soon.
Yeah, that's 7,000 experience, but not really worth it at this point.
Alright, and Syraniss slowly catching up. Needs to get that, get in the air and get going. But yeah, OFD opening up a pretty sizable lead right now. Just stepping on the gas and not even checking any greed chests.
Well, there's that power bonk.
Well, there you go.
He checked the right chest to find it.
Yeah, I think the defense sword would be kind of the only really nice to have thing at this point. And that might make a big difference between Syraniss and OFD. We're not going to know until we hit Temple of Fiends, though.
Yeah, Temple of Fiends can do Temple of Fiends related things, and it can throw both runners in the blender, so we'll see what happens when we get there.
Ooh, not checking the third floor. He just checked the one chest and gave him the power bonk and is making his way up from there. That is interesting.
Yeah, also running from double fighters, so has all the levels that he wants apparently.
You're gonna better get your Warmech emotes in the chat for those watching live on our Twitch channel. We're gonna have our chance to see the Warmech very soon.
Yeah, and I think OFD might have some trouble with Warmech. That's kind of just rocking the X-Cal. It's kind of a tough fight.
That's one of the risks of coming here early.
Double nachos. And
Nacho
Syraniss
platter.
And ruby turn-ins. So Syraniss is gonna pretty much do the same exact route, it seems.
Yeah, he's following directly behind One Fine Day here. Here we are on that 5th floor, and we have another Nacho. And nachos have been consumed. And looks like he is going to take this fighter with his own fighter. Warmech not looking likely today.
Yeah, just it's a lot of steps taken without any Warmech. Not too many left now.
And he's about to heal up and going to be drawing the time at fight. And usually the strongest of the 4 fiends, both here and in the start and in the revisit, usually the strongest. Of course, HP is all randomized, so that may not be the case here.
Hey, there's Temper at level 5, and it's Red Mage learnable, so all good for Syraniss. Unfortunately, Cure 4 not learnable.
It's okay, he'll want the temper charges. So timeout goes down, that didn't take too long, and we have our second orblet on One Fine Day side. Syraniss visiting the Good Prince. One Fine Day takes this guy and is going to go to Castle of Ordeals to check that incentive item.
Yeah, having seen both Thorhammer and Power Gauntlet, there's a pretty good chance that this has an item. So time to just knock out locations based on proximity.
Which means this is probably going to be the Opal Cheerio then.
Naturally.
Mm-hmm. This will be one of those cases where Syraniss takes a gamble and it pays off if he decides to skip Castle of Ordeals.
There are a lot of mummies that want to get in the first word, though.
Why don't you just want to give you a hug?
Yeah, it was not a great turn order on that one. And are we going to have Cardia check? Yeah, so Syraniss is going to check these chests.
Well, we could find the lovely Mazmoon in here for all we know. Well, there's a house. There's some money. That was a reset out.
Let's see, not even Zombles. Passing those up. don't think OFD really wants any more experience.
Syraniss kindly asking the dragon to move.
Finds a couple of dinner plates and just puts them back.
And that was a room full of just useless amounts of money. There's our
Hey,
second
second
ribbon,
ribbon.
though.
That's pretty good.
That could make a difference later if the Temple of Fiend Revisited is really challenging. So that second ribbon just made this a little bit more interesting.
Yeah, we have second ribbon and defense sword versus OFD just hitting the gas. Is a little bit better defensively on Syraniss' side. No idea whether that's going to pay out or not.
Probably won't know for at least 40 minutes or so.
Hey, it's warp. After Ice Cave, it's warp. Yay.
Well, there's our bottle, so Gaia is now open.
Yep. What do we have here? Gold bracelets? Silvers.
Syraniss heading up to the item shop. He won't be able to continue to the ferry location without that bottle. And exits town.
Alright, so let's see what the bottle leads to. Very likely required. Oh boy, Blazing Expert. That's not so good.
Not really.
No, the packs on the overworld aren't too scary. It's the well, there's a T-Rex.
Looking a little blue today. It's looking a little blue today.
Yeah, he's feeling a little down. Got a bunch of light warriors punching him all the time. We have Crystal for nearly max price in Onrak.
Oh, Syraniss finding the lovely gators in the river. Onefineday is checking the potion shop himself now. Hasn't been to Gaia yet, so this is new information. I don't think we found our vendor item yet.
Crystal in Onrak.
Oh, it wasn't on
Max
wrap.
price.
Okay.
So
I missed
Syraniss
that.
just picked it up.
I missed that. Okay. There is the adamant. That is what the fairy giveth today. Back to Dwarf Cave.
Hey, Adamant, alright, so you can go back and turn into Crystal and all that. Alright. Well, we'll see where Onefineday goes. Just gonna do this. So yeah, this turns out to be a pretty efficient route.
Yeah, I think so. I need to just knock it out while you're here. Onefineday is now getting his crystal. Not quite max price, but very darn close.
Yeah, it's on sale for 2% off.
Something like that. Ooh, Perilous with Stinger. Well, Ice 3 greater than Stinger, and they're all gone. So Onefineday is back in the air and not doing the Sea Shrine yet. I'm wondering if he's gonna go to Dwarf first to do the Adamant, then he's probably gonna do the Crystal next, I think. Ah, there's the Oxtail. That's why he couldn't do Sea Shrine. He now can do Sea Shrine if he wants to, but he will still check that crystal first. We might be going to Lupa.
Back and forth, and back and forth. Even with two loose, we're forced to play Incentive Tennis.
We're going to get our slab translated by the good Dr. Oon. Now listen to me. All you need to know is Lupa.
Those are the only two words in the language. It's how you say it that matters.
Exactly. So One Fine Day is indeed off to Lufane, and I noticed one thing you'll notice is that we have Leaf Finish Hospitality, I believe, is on in these flags. That's the inn and the clinic are showing up at the start of Lufane these days.
Yeah, and not only is that a really nice convenience to have in shared flags, but it feels almost crucial in entrance shuffle and floor shuffle.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. We just had the Opal Cheerio after that nice fetch quest chain.
Was it worth it?
I don't think he equipped it.
I think he's got it on the second red page.
Oh, did he equip? Okay.
Yeah, move the silver armor down. So yeah, that's about everything. There's only one place left where the rod could be. So.
And he's probably gonna go to that place right now.
Yeah, and Syraniss meanwhile gonna knock air out. So a lot of branching paths, but this is essentially gonna lead to, I think, One Fine Day having about a dungeon lead over Syraniss. So it's gonna take a white for Syraniss to catch up, whether it be in Sea Shrine or in Temple of Fiends. It is a
Very
black
likely
shirt.
Temple of Fiends, if anything.
It's a black shirt for your dead black mage.
And you may be thinking, he's a dungeon ahead. It's impossible for him to lose at this point. If you're very new to the game with the randomizers, you might be thinking that. But as our Mermaid with Legs gets out of the way, and we go into the Sea Shrine, it's worth noting that there have been races where a runner has been behind by half an hour going to Temple of Fiends Revisit, or ahead rather, going into Temple of Fiends Revisited by about half an hour or more and lost the race just because something went horribly wrong there. So this is not over until Temple of Fiends Revisited. So I'm not going to check the mermaids, just going to go straight down to the basement here.
Yeah, I don't even know if he's going to check the Sharknado room or not. Probably the two on the way, and that's about it. Seems to be very committed to just getting nothing but the absolute greediest chest possible.
He might have checked the two on the way.
But But
He's
yes, Syraniss is going to clear this out, I guess. Two ribbons and next gal just not doing it.
This could come in handy if it turns out that he had that Temple Change Revisit is nasty. Those extra ribbons on the red wizards could be a difference here.
Yeah, I don't know what Syraniss could possibly be looking for. Maybe opal armor or dragon armor. Both would be nice. Another ribbon would also be pretty good.
I wonder if he might have forgotten he already found both incentive items too.
Yeah, that would be pretty bad for Syraniss for sure.
I mean, they both came early, so it wouldn't be surprising. So, before we even said anything about what was happening, onefineday already on the first floor and coming up to the Kraken fight, already having taken out Tiamat and Carrie. I don't think this is going to be a problem for him. But we will get to see what the normally ink-laden tentacle monster is going to have in a moment. And there's the pink orb, and release the Kraken. Power Bonk is being put to use. The Fade jump for 196. No, not doing a lot of damage. That Sword Swing definitely did a lot of damage though, and that was probably a one-hit KO right there. onefineday gonna get the waterfall now.
Yeah, if the rest of the Fiends in Temple of Fiends are as easy as Kraken, this is going to be one of the fastest seeds in the tournament.
It's looking like it could be. He could be looking at a 106, 107 entry at this point, I want to say.
Yeah, it just has to get this rod and go straight to Earth. So, yeah, 106 seems pretty reasonable. I don't know if OFD has any supplies to pick up, but that's not going to push it out too much further.
You might realize this could be one of the quickest seeds of the tournament. Might just be pushing to see if he can get that record time. I don't know what the statistics are for our fastest seed of the tournament so far. I don't know if anyone in the chat might be able to get that information for us, but I'd be curious to know what he's going against for that. And Syraniss finding the eye. There's the rod for onefineday. He will be out of there with that, and he has all of his incentive items now. Jacob in our chat noting that he didn't even check the waterfall chests.
So it looks like we have a 108.18 from Shadow Walker being kind of the high water mark of the tournament.
We're not going to beat that. I'm curious to see what made that seed so fast.
It's probably level 1 move.
Maybe. Maybe level 1 Fade here, same idea. We are getting chest check from Syraniss here. There's the Maz Moon.
Alright.
So again, if this Temple of Fiends Revisit turns out to be absolute carnage, that is another item that could help him.
Yeah, that's a pretty solid one to see if you end up having to do solo fighter strats. But yeah, right now OFD opening up a pretty sizable lead here, and all this chest checking for Syraniss probably means a couple of wipes are going to be needed on the table now.
Yeah, it's a pretty commanding lead at this point. It would require a very nasty Temple of Fiends Revisited. And I don't put that past Temple of Fiends Revisited.
Yeah, I mean, one nuke is perfectly capable of causing a real big time loss, so see how it goes.
Yeah, that can cause a lot of problems, especially because he doesn't have the ribbons for other spells too.
Yeah, the instant death spells are going to be tricky as well. Everyone's favorite speed bump.
Yeah, I was gonna say one fine day just entered that room and there was nothing there, right? Not even checking the chest. Of course not.
Yeah, absolutely motoring through. Hey, there's Wormack.
Oh, fantastic.
Is this gonna happen? Oh, here's a fast, here's a temper.
Yep, this is gonna happen.
2 for 77, so it didn't roll super high. This is seeming doable.
Oh, this is definitely doable.
I'm gonna have to do a little better than 130.
Oh, 175, that's a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit. So more tempers and then probably another round of fades.
Well, Instant Death didn't work. Oh, that did the job.
There's a crushing hit. Alright, how about level 28?
Oh, 2 Warback!
How about another Wormack? Nah, I'm good, thanks.
I am his brother.
Yep, not gonna deal with Warbro today. So yeah, OFD has Excaliburvorpal, I believe, so pretty good for the end game.
But he doesn't have the Maz Moon. For those who like the Maz Moon, he can't do that today. He had a chance to get it, but he walked right past it in Sky Palace. And he already is restocking the Oasis, so he's good for supplies. Just gonna save, head in, and let's see if anything bad happens here. As at 105.37, one fine day is 2,000 years in the past.
Yeah, lightning quick seed so far. Syraniss lighting the air orb. 2 more to go. Won't take Syraniss very long. Just gonna be a little time consuming. Because that's about 3 dungeons to go mode here.
And yeah, we're not going to fight those waters, and the waters are going to try to slow him down, but doesn't do anything. And bring out the loot. Now the one reason you have to pick up the key in this game, that door he just came out of is locked by the Mystic Key.
Alright, there's the slab for the Opal Cheerio.
Back on the first floor. Quadex does nothing. Sleep. Does put someone to sleep, but he wakes up. And no more sleep. And out.
Yeah, nap dragons, not so good.
They need better hypnosis.
It's so inaccurate.
Well, Jade goes to sleep and wakes up again. Meanwhile, there's just a hat at the bottom of the party that's just not really paying any attention to anything. I just noticed Kali's HP 46, not even needed.
Kind of a liability at this point, except for maybe taking a punch from a fiend. So
Well, I'm sure I'll be put in the lead position to do that at some point against Chaos. Just for fun. Hey, you can take part. Oh, cool.
No. One fine day down to 80 heal potions right now. Needs to get some better run luck and turn order, getting punched an awful lot.
Syraniss going by the Leaf Inn, gets his Opal Cheerio, and then checks the ground next to him. Nothing there.
Oh, and we're just going to leave the Opal Cheerio behind. Alright. Into ordeals. Feels bad. So yeah, Syraniss kind of kept pace all throughout sort of the Ice Cave checks, but after that, OFD just hit the gas. Built up pretty impressive lead here.
He gambled skipping a few of the tiles, but it turned out not to cost him anything, and that's working out really well for him because he, as you said, he's opening up a really quick, really good lead. And unless something goes wrong in these four floors that we're on right now, not likely this one, but on the three after it, or on Chaos, then that's what would give Syraniss a chance to get back in this race.
Alright, we're going fast, attack, and fast. Good turn order on this Lich fight. Red D's bringing the heat, which is infinitely preferable to them swinging. Finally getting good turn order. Alright, into the carry fight. Decent amount of healing pots. Throwing a wall out there makes up for the lack of ribbon. That is a very, very dodgy carry though. And that doesn't feel so good. So time to uncork the fades.
Yeah. And there's a nuclear from the dodgy carry, and everyone's still standing, except, of course, Kali, who wasn't standing.
Yeah, so he's gonna... OFD's gonna cash in a Cure 4 to save some heal potions. There's those pesky waters, and now here's the moment of truth.
Our
1
first
HP.
fruit.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
our first fruit gatekeeper.
Hey, we got some potions. Alright.
Hey, they pulled a person out of the hat. That's a really good trick.
Well, that person is now stunned. So.
The worst thing that can happen here is One Fine Day wins the fight with Kali still alive, and Kali ends up gaining a ton of levels out of this.
No.
Never mind, not gonna happen.
Explodes for 10 hits for 14-13. So, mission accomplished, and now is this time to stack evade. Because if this Kraken gets another punch, that could be really scary. Nope. Going all offense. 33 damage. That's bad. More fades. Quick, more fades!
And And there's 147, and that's a nuke. That is a nuke. Oh my.
That's
No one dies. No one dies.
Yeah,
That's the good news.
Here comes the Cure Force.
And Lara's not going to survive.
Yeah. That is a big swing. Need more of that.
There's Wall on Mira trying to give some protection. That worked for 30 damage. And Kraken goes down. Kraken 2 is down. Lara is going to be brought back to life in a moment. And Callie's probably going to get to do that job again.
Yeah, Kraken deciding not to punch anybody but the lead. Worked out.
So that punch on Callie was master material right there. Okay, let's see. Oh, we're getting cremated out of the air. Let's see him bring Callie back up. Hey, Callie, thanks for doing that punch. Wanna try again?
Hey, welcome back.
Oh, I'm so glad I'm allowed to take part. Well, that didn't last long.
Alright. So this has been kind of a rude Temple of Fiends so far, but OFD has made all the right moves in response to it.
Wow, that team out didn't last long.
Alright, so we've seen 2 nuclears and a nuke. Still a lot of nasty stuff on the table.
The Whiz Vamps want to get one last shot in. Of course, one finally just turns around and walks away, and they're like, "Hey!"
Yeah, into Chaos, party intact, so... Syraniss still 2 orbs behind. It's gonna need a lot of help from this Chaos.
Yeah, it's gonna take a really rude Chaos to, multiple times, too, to give Syraniss a chance here. And Callie's not even brought back up for this one, so it's just going to be the 3-man party. But Callie did his job against Kraken.
Putting some shots in on the red mages there.
Chaos getting to see Cure 4. We'll wait and see if he has it himself.
5 hits for 529, so it's gonna
with
work
that
out.
damage. With that damage, Cure 4 won't do much anyway.
And going all offense.
Was that 1322? No, it was 132 and 128. And they had 11 terminated, and we have a winner of this race, One Fine Day, with an official SRL time of 1 hour, 15 minutes, and 12 seconds. Not sure that ranks, but that's one of the faster seeds of this tournament, I believe.
Yeah, that's way up there, and we've got a forfeit from Syraniss. Just gonna toss that one in as soon as the
sees how far behind he was and not worth finishing at this point. Just let's go chat and see what happened. And it looks like they are both joining the room right now. Syraniss started to come in, and there is our winner, One Fine Day. Congratulations.
Thanks, GG, Syraniss.
So, you go ahead, Edrith.
Oh, so I was going to ask you some interesting routing choices. You decided to go mode the bottom of Volcano. Any reason why?
At first I was just going to do it because I had Fade, I had Fast. I knew I needed to find a canal, but I forgot midway through the volcano. I thought, oh my god, I got X-Cal, I got a ribbon. I don't need equipment anymore. And my brain just farted. I really shouldn't have done that, but I just had to commit to it.
Yeah, I was wondering if you were going to go back after picking the crown up, but looks like you just turned that in and found out, hey, Marsh doesn't exist in this seed again.
Yeah, there is no marsh. Let me put that up.
Were you worrying you might have to go back in there if the floater wasn't at the castle?
Well, I was worried that if I didn't, if it wasn't the floater, I would have gone dig the rest of the key lock chest, which would have been I would have went into marsh, and that would have probably been rip run.
Well, there's a possibility that the canal could have been in Marsh. We know it was not in Volcano because Syraniss did check the rest of the chest in Volcano that you didn't. And
one of the main reasons I did Volcano first over Ice is because Volcano has quite a few spike tiles that I can check for encounters, and I found the Saurias, and that got me to like level 14, 15 right there, and that gave me a leg up on the rest of the game.
Yeah, that was a juicy one right there. And something I'm curious, Syraniss, you were opening a lot of chests as you were continuing along, even after finding the 2 loose items early. Now, you obviously, once you had you still had to until you found the floater to rule out the canal. But after you had the floater, what was the reason you were still continuing to open chests? Was it just for equipment, or was there something else going on there? I don't know if we can hear him.
Nope. It's just Discord being Discord.
Perhaps, yeah. Oh, he just lit up. We're still not hearing him, unfortunately, so it looks like there might be a mic problem there. But in the meantime, that was a blazing fast time. It wasn't the fastest time of turn, but is that one of the quicker seeds you've ever done on one fine day?
I know it's possible to get sub 110 in these, and with the 2 loose coming early, I should have got a sub 110, but I spent quite a bit of time fighting and some questionable decision with picking fights, questionable decisions with picking fights, and just sloppy routing. One good thing about it is that I did get enough levels for warp, so I could warp out of the waterfall.
Yeah, that was nice to have. I got it fixed on my end.
Yep, I hear you now.
Yep, we can hear you now.
Awesome. Yeah, no, I think I only had like 1 ribbon at that point, and I was really hoping for some better armor or the Masa, which I did eventually find. I just checked too many chests. It happened.
And we were wondering whether that might actually have worked in your benefit. If that was a nasty Temple of Fury you visited along the lines of some that I've seen in this tournament and in other races, that could have worked in your benefit, having that extra equipment. It just turned out
That's what I was hoping for.
Yeah, it just wasn't that bad today. Kraken was the one challenge, and One Fine Day had a 46 HP Black Wizard who basically was a hat the entire game, and woke it up for the Kraken fight, and the Kraken 2 fight, took a punch for 1400 damage and went back to sleep.
That's basically what my wizard was going to be doing, yep.
Yeah.
But
yeah, no, GG to you, man.
Yeah, thanks, and GG to you too.
So is there anything else about that seed that stood out to either of you?
Not really. It was just buried jetty. I wish I would have picked a black belt.
Yeah, same here. I was practicing black belt all week, and I was thinking you're going to troll me with black belt pick, and I was ready to just go double RM and say, let's do this. But this would have been the seed to do it.
It really would have. But I opened with the red mage, hoping that you would answer back with 2 red mages, and I could pick a 4th red mage.
Oh no! I would not do that. If I can get my 3-man party of fighter red black, I'm gonna pick it most of the time anyway. Maybe in the brackets I would be more creative and decide to do some troll picks, but I generally don't like doing that.
Yeah, no, it's a good race. I opened too many chests looking for that Masa. I really wanted the dragon armor, maybe another ribbon or the Masa, just something to feel.
I would have. I mean, Excal was go. Even Sun Sword, like since I knew the power bump were accessible. Wound up with, so I could have made Sun Sword work. But yeah, Excal is definitely go.
Yeah, you were skipping chests in the volcano very early, and obviously at that point it was still there was the risk at that point, but as soon as you found that floater, it was like, well, doesn't need anything else, just go get the incentive stuff and go. So those two early items made that a very quick seed and made that very elementary.
Yeah, I mean, I should have full cleared volcano, or at least did everything except the hairpin chest. I kept forgetting. At first I forgot I had 2 loose already, so I didn't need to check chest, and then I forgot that I still need the canal. It's just that's kind of sloppy, but yeah, it's a risk. I don't know if I can really defend that risk because it's a lot of chests. I think 7, 8, it's like 14 chests that I'm leaving on the table there.
Yeah, I think it is a double-digit number for sure. It would have been interesting to see what would have happened if the canal did show up somewhere in Ice Cave and you ended up having to and see if you would have gone out and looked around there instead of but then you would have eventually come upon the floater at northwest Castle Lane, with it would have made a difference.
Oh yeah, if I got the crowd out of Ice Cave, I would have turned that in immediately, got my floater, and it would have been perfect.
Yeah, canal wouldn't have mattered anyway, so yeah. Also, you do move up to 3-1 one fine day, and any thoughts on who you want to face in the next match?
Bring on whoever I get. I mean, there's a lot of dangerous runners at 3-1, and a lot of potential for surprises in this flag set. I was getting pretty nervous because I thought like 115 would be way too long a time for this, for considering the 2 loose were found early. I thought I was pretty far behind. I might have taken too many fights. I'm looking forward to next week's being 3 loose instead of 2, because I feel like more loose items could actually round out some of the randomness of going to the right dungeon. And of course, you don't have this situation where you're going into Sky Castle at ridiculously low levels, so you don't have that as much. So that is something I'm looking forward to. I like the Chaos Week flags better than any of the weeks before.
And Syraniss, you're going to go to 2-2 at this point. Does this change up your strategy in the next matches, knowing you're going to be going into buying for a shot in the play-in race?
Not really. I mean, it's still my first year. I'm still fairly new, so I'm just happy to be playing and enjoying myself. I didn't expect to make bracket.
Well, either way, you both put on a really good race tonight. Obviously, it ended up being a little bit of a runaway in the end because of the fact that you kept opening the chest at one point. But other than that, it was a really good race and really quick jet seed. I was very surprised that I actually rolled that seed.
Yeah, probably the friendliest I've ever seen you roll.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too. But anyway, any last thoughts from either of you? Or any last questions for you, Edge?
No, I think that about covers it.
Yep, nothing from me. Good luck next week, one fine day. Good luck to everyone else in the tournament, and I'll see everyone next.
Yep, good luck to you, and I just want to thank Speed Gaming, Feasel, all the crew at Speed Gaming for helping put this on.
All right, and thank you again for the race, and thank you again for running and being featured here. And Edge, do you have the schedule up right now to talk about other races coming up?
I do not. Just let me throw a quick shout out there to Groggy Dog for doing the tracking. Always appreciate the help there. All right, so let's look up the old match schedule.
I was just going to do that if you didn't, so I'm trying to find it now myself.
All right, so upcoming on Speed Gaming, we've got, it looks like Thunderclaw and Elastoid should be starting, or we might be about a half hour into that.
Yeah, they just started about 35 minutes ago, I think.
Yeah, and then on Speed Gaming 1, tomorrow morning at 9 Eastern, we have Lab versus Hypes Nova. So those are two matches that I definitely would like to highlight. We've got 2 3-0s currently going at it on SG4, and in the morning, it's a pretty even matchup. So keep an eye out for both of those.
And for those of you looking for something else to watch on Speed Gaming after that, we do have the Zald 1 randomizer, random percent tournament action, some Link to the Past randomizer, Super Metroid, Crystalis going on. All of that is happening tonight as well. But I expect most of us are going to go over to Speed Gaming 4. In fact, I think we're going to be hosting a raiding into that because that is the highest channel live at this point. So we're going to probably raid right into that when we're done here. And we're going to get to join that one in action. So for those of you watching on YouTube, it will follow this broadcast in full. Or maybe elsewhere in the playlist, depending how it ends up sorted out. But for those watching live, we're going to probably join it in progress. So we'll see you over there. And any last thoughts from you, Edgeworth?
No, that about covers it. Thanks for watching, everybody.
Yep, have a good night, everyone. Thank you for watching, and make sure you tune in for additional races of the tournament. And make sure you follow Speed Gaming 2 through 6. Follow Edge as well. Excellent player of this game himself. Yeah. Have a good night. Thank you for watching. Yeah, all the runners. Have a good night, everyone.